Hello, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with my co host and friend, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. So we're hoping that you will sit back, relax, get a cup of coffee, tea, whatever your beverage of choice is, and join us in the conversation today. We want to give a shout out to everyone listening in the clubhouse and to those of you watching live and on the replay. We want to say welcome, 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 and let's get started. How are you this morning, Fran?
I'm doing well.
Good.
I'm
All
doing
is
very,
well.
very well.
All is well.
All is well.
Good.
It's all going well. This whole conversation it starts out because either we heard something and we walked or something, and we were having this conversation today about our personal best,
Mm-hmm.
um, our personal best. And you were talking yesterday about how sometimes we compare ourselves with someone else and whatever their personal best is when we are a totally different individual, and my personal best may not be your personal best and vice versa. And but the personal best means what is the best that you can do. I heard a story of a person who was in school and they came home and ranting and raving to the parents like, oh, the average in the class was a C,
Mm-hmm.
and then told mom like, okay, yeah, I'm the top of the class. I came in on the top of the class. Well, the average for the class was a C, and mom was like, well, how come you didn't get a B, or how come you didn't surpass that when you have the capabilities of doing better than that?
Mm. And you set the bar at a C.
Hmm. When
Mm.
you could have gotten a B or an A. And we're not talking about B and A for other people. What's your A game? What's your
Mhm.
B game? And because like you were talking about today, Terry, that sometimes people are playing in the C's and they have B and A capabilities.
Mhm. Mhm.
And we always talk about dumbing yourself down or dimming your light or whatever to fit in, or just going with the status quo. Well, nobody else is putting in that much effort. I'll just do this. But is that your personal best?
Mm. There's a term going around. In fact, um, it's one of the things that's recommended for new words for September in the Cambridge Dictionary blog, and that word is called quiet quitting. It's defined as the activity of doing the minimum amount of work needed to keep one's job, but with no enthusiasm or commitment. When you're not doing your personal best, you you lack enthusiasm. You know what I mean? It's like you're
Or
just
I'm
there,
just
you're just going through the motions.
or I'm just gonna do enough just not to get fired. But if you're not all in it to win it,
There's no joy in it.
why do it?
You see, and you could end up depressed because you're not engaged to the full extent. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna find a lot of happiness in there.
And maybe that's not your realm or field, or maybe you've gotten into it because you
Mhm.
heard that you can make money at it, but it's not the thing that drives your passion.
Therefore, you're not willing to do your personal best when you come in. Or you get Here's the other thing too. You could get tired of doing your personal best if you feel unappreciated. Your feelings get up in there. Um, so you have to make sure that you're engaged in something that feeds your spirit, that makes you smile, that makes you want to go in the morning, that makes you, whatever it is, business, employment, relationships, whatever it is, it needs to be engaging so
To
that you'll
you.
do your personal best. You'll feel it's worth your personal best.
Right. And because we can all do half hearted, I was
Mm-hmm.
going to say, because
Mm-hmm.
there's another term for it, but you can do half hearted.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe that's why the results are not the way that you want them to be, or we want them to be, because we put in half effort. Oh, maybe I'll call the client back. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe
No.
not doing our personal best. Here recently, I got some referrals. And if I don't do my personal best, meaning stop, make the call, uh,
Good morning,
schedule
Coach
the
Karen.
appointment,
Mm-hmm.
schedule the appointment, connect with the client, do the things, do my personal best. Oh, and part of my personal best means that I need to be rested up
Oh.
for whatever task that is at hand, not just
Mm-hmm.
rolling out the bed. Like, okay, I gotta do this thing. So that's not my personal best.
No, it's not your personal best. And I found this quote that might be interesting for us to discuss. It says, "Every accomplishment starts with a decision to try. Try your best." Hmm.
Mm.
Maybe
Market.
it would read, "Every great accomplishment starts with the decision to try your personal best."
Or how about every accomplishment starts with this decision to do,
Mm.
not to try? Because
Mm.
okay, I'm going back to Star Wars and Yoda, Coach Yoda. There
Hmm.
is no try. There's only do or do not.
Okay.
Either we're going to do it or not. You know when you are playing to your A game. You know when you're
Yes.
putting your best, you put into it, you researched it, you've done your homework, you've done whatever it is that you needed to do, and you know that you are in your A game. And you know when you're in the C and D and F game. We have a comment from Mark. Mark says quiet quitting is usually a response to a lack of appreciation, respect, and acknowledgement in the workplace, feelings of hopelessness and not being heard. We must always know the why. Why are you doing what you are doing? If your job is simply paying the bills, that's okay. But know that. Let your job pay for your passion. Well stated. Well stated. And Terry, we cannot hear you.
We talk about that on BizChicks. Let your job be your angel investor. You know what I'm saying? And, and take care of it. So I modified the quote to, "Every great accomplishment starts with the decision to do your personal best."
Mhm.
Hmm. That should lead to greatness.
Yeah, if we just decide I'm going to do my best at whatever is my task at hand for the day. That and you said something today, meaning your personal best for today. We didn't tell you to talk about your personal best for the rest of the month. We're just talking
Yes.
about for today. Your personal best today, whatever that task is that you have to do, put your personal best foot forward, get up for the task, go all in on it, and let's see what the outcome is going to be for that task. I think if we take it on a task by task basis, it's not
Ah,
going to be overwhelming.
overwhelming, yes. And we won't feel like we're on a treadmill all the time because we're always trying to perform at peak performance. And sometimes, you can't always do that on a continuous basis. Sometimes just showing up is your personal best. And Mark, you say this all the time. You need to define your success.
Yeah, what is your success going to be? Um, Once you know what your success is, and if you hit that and you're like, and you're celebrating yourself for hitting that, that's your personal best. Now you need to, okay, if you've accomplished that and that was the success that you wanted to see, you're going to need to set another success goal, another milestone, if you will. Because okay, I'm already here. I'm okay. If I'm going from California to Chicago, I'm in Chicago now. Okay, so what's the next thing that I need to work on? What's the next thing? Because I can't just stop in Chicago. I can't stop growing. I've learned how to do that. Now I need to learn this. Okay, so let's talk about here in BizChicks. Um, we started out learning all about Periscope. When we first started this, we were learning about Periscope and we were periscoping and doing that. That was our first foray into live streaming, was on Periscope. Then we heard about Blab. So then we had to learn about Blab.
Okay. Fire talk.
Yes, blue jeans. We were constantly putting our personal best on something. It was Ecamm Live. There was, and we were going live to Facebook, and we were doing, and we were learning new things all the time. So putting our best foot, learning, doing our personal best. And then there's going to be something that's going to challenge you to do even better at some. So the equipment got better. Then here comes StreamYard, where we could really put out our personal best, and it was a lot easier. But if we'd have just settled with Smile Time or
Venmo.
Huzzah or
Mhm.
one of the other platforms, we
Mhm.
wouldn't be here because we would have stopped. Oh, there's another platform. Now I got to try and get on that one. But we knew this is what one of the vehicles we were going to be using. And we had to use this as we have to do our personal best. And sometimes doing your personal best, you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to walk. You're not going to want to do the burpees. You're not going to want to do whatever it is that you need to do to reach your personal best. So we are making we're heading into the metaverse.
Yes, we were exploring that and talking about it yesterday. You know, so we want to do our personal best over there.
Right. And we're going to take everything that we've learned. I'm going to go this way. Everything we've learned over the years to bring us into that space so that we can serve in that space. I know we can stop, and just kind of retire. All, the people who that we need to start serving, they're not going to necessarily be on Facebook. Well, they might be Facebook Horizon World now, but we got to go where the people are who need our help. Yes, the younger crowd, the Gen Zs, A's, and whatever, they need some wisdom on how to do business. Just saying, like return a phone call when somebody calls you, the proper way to answer a call, because that sometimes is not taught, or else, you know, we wouldn't have the blab situation if they were just somebody was in the room that had some wisdom. They wouldn't have just said, "Oh, okay, we're tired of this," and click and what?
Lights out. It's over.
We're
The
going to
party's
another
over.
party. Meet us over there. We're like, well, wait, well,
Mhm.
hold on. Somebody would have said, hey, there's a different way to say that. There's a different way to appreciate the people who help you grow the platform. You can't just cut your ties and just like, deuces, I'm out. You cannot do that. Hey, Anna.
Hey, Hannah, how you
So,
doing?
doing our personal best is going to require some commitment and some work. And like I am committed to learning more about Meta, Facebook, whoever comes up, if it's going to give us an opportunity to serve our community. So, our personal best means I like, I have to go all in. I got to sit down and study. I cannot give you my personal best if I don't go in there and play in the sandbox and figure stuff out. I can't just say, okay, let's just do it. And Mark has a comment on my thing about coming to Chicago. He said, the next thing you need to work on if you're coming from California to Chicago is get your hands on a good coat. Yes, coat, boots, hat, the whole nine. Because, yeah, cold. No problem, Anna. Good to hear from you
She says,
this
oops, I
morning.
pressed the like button and the angry face popped up. Yikes. It's okay, Anna, we know.
Yeah, I see it as a like. Anyway, I see it over here as a like. So, Mark has another comment here, which is really good. Giving your personal best is not about them, whoever them may be. It may benefit them, but it is about you living in your own integrity and bringing all of yourself, all of your gifts and talents to the table. Well stated, Mark. And Anna said, I would think long underwear too. Just watched Running Scared a couple of days ago. So, so today's conversation on your personal best, your personal best, not somebody else's, because we can't be
Okay.
copying off of somebody else's paper. And you know that whole thing is that you're not going to have your personal best if you're trying to do their personal best. It's very difficult to do. We were talking about the fact that your DNA is your DNA, and your DNA works for whatever it is your assignment, your goal is. That's yours. It's not somebody else's. Then Anna has a comment. She says, your personal best changes from day to day. Yes, it does. What do I need to do today for my personal best? Given your responsibilities. Someone from
Our
Facebook,
Facebook user says they
these
should have these conversations in school, high school especially. Yeah, so people are not always comparing themselves. 'Cause, there's a lot of comparison going on at that age.
okay, look, they got comparison going on right now with grown people over 50.
That's true. You got these housewife things.
It says, but see, the word integrity, something so many don't know about. I live by truth, transparency, honesty, integrity. Tell us your name, please, so we can address you properly. I understand there's Facebook is what it is. So let's know who you are, Facebook user. So yes, integrity is important and it needs to be taught and it needs to be discussed. And the fact that telling the kids to do their personal best. I'm gonna tell you this, I don't run. And so, hey Gloria, good to hear from you. So I don't run. Like running, like
I'm not a jogger. I'm not a jogger. Mm-mm.
long distance and all that stuff. I'm like, you are not going to get my personal best from that. You ask me something about technology, you will probably get my best. You ask me about something about writing or I can write. I can construct sentences and I can do that. I'm really good at writing, but I'm not running. That's not going to happen. That's not going to be a personal best. If you try to make the Olympics with me on there with the running, not going to work. So I have to know where my skill set is. I need to know what's my A game and stick to my A game. Um, and Anna said there are a lot of comparisons going on in social media. People mistake highlight reel for everyday life. Yeah, the little glimpse of no, that's not their everyday life. Anna said I did cross country in high school as a sport, but when I was 16 and motivated. Yeah. And Coach Karen says our personal best comes out of the things we love, and sometimes finding that is the hardest. You are so right, Coach Karen. Um, we cannot live someone else's life. And you were talking about this earlier, Terry, about living your best life. How can you live your best life if you're not living your life?
Okay. Are you trying to live someone else's life? And every day is not going to be an Olympic gold day. Okay. Sometimes just showing up is going to be your personal best,
Hmm.
especially if you're showing up under adverse circumstances. Um,
Right. Like this time of year, kids are going back to school and people are doing stuff. And so if you are not having you're hitting your profits like you wanted to hit them, because now Coach Karen is probably going to say you should have had it planned because you knew school was coming. However, you're going to need to give your attention to something else when it's back to school and you're trying to get the kids
mhm.
settled in, and where are they going to school, how are they going to school with the whole situation that's going on, what do they need to do, how are you going to leave you are intent on something else, and you're going to have to let something else sit a minute to take care of that,
Mm,
because there is no multitasking. You're going to do one or the other. You can try multitasking, but it's not going to be a good look. We've all seen it. Somebody, you're trying to talk to somebody, but they're all like, yeah, yeah, but you don't know what you're telling me. Yeah, too. You're, oh, you
yeah.
can't do that because there's not full attention. So to give your personal best, you're going to need to give your full attention to whatever that thing is. I think this is a good conversation today.
Yeah. Are you committed to your personal best? And if some days your personal best doesn't seem like your best, it's okay. Just get up and do it again. Um, Anna has a comment here.
She says, "Oh my goodness, yes, my home decor as a mom and wife with young adults and their cats is not going to be Pinterest worthy just yet."
I feel you. I feel you. It seems like, um, especially with kids boomeranging and people working from home, suddenly the kids are going to school from home. And, right now we're being called back to work in different ways, maybe 3 days a week, 2 days a week. So now you're boomeranging back and forth into the workspace. It's just like showing up may be your personal best under these circumstances.
I'm here, y'all.
Exactly.
Just,
I'm here.
hey, I
Mhm.
got the kids to the school today. I'm good. And we, woohoo, celebrating.
Mhm.
Mark has a comment. He says, I always come back to this. It is difficult to achieve your personal best if you do not define it. How are
Mm.
you defining success for yourself today? In the absence of defining it, we get to the end of the day and can easily surrender to the idea that we have failed. We will be victim to stories of our not being good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, or etc. What did you decide today was going to be your measure of success? Did you get up? Did you make the kids lunch? Did you get them to school?
Okay.
Woohoo! I
Yeah.
have had a successful day. I did my personal best for the day.
There you go. And now I'm working on dinner. We're constantly doing things that we are not giving ourselves credit or acknowledgement or you know sometimes just making it through the day, you need to give yourself a pat on the back. That was your personal best. You showed up. uh, and she says, Anna says, yes, clap. And your background looks pristine here. I'm not sure what she's.
The background, either your background or mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
See, y'all don't know if we're in a corner and there's
and you don't know
chaos.
what the rest of the room looks like.
I absolutely agree with this.
Anna says my best looks different than my mom's best was, or my grandmother's was. My grandmother could have been Martha Stewart. See,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because see, that was her.
Yes.
Okay,
It's both
I'm
really,
calling
her mom and
somebody.
her grandma. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call somebody in. I'm
Yeah.
like, because,
And that is not my gift and calling. You know what I'm
but
saying? And my
see,
mother had a housekeeper. I just,
what I'm learning is, in order, if I want to do this and be good at it, I need to bring in somebody else to do the
Mhm,
things I'm not paying attention to. And I
mhm,
need to be okay with that. Sometimes we feel as women that we need to be superwoman. I need to be Martha Stewart and do all of the stuff that she did, plus run my company.
absolutely.
Okay, that's probably not going to happen.
Mhm,
Everything in its place and a place for everything that's really good, and we're really working on that. But in order for me to get things out to do the next thing on the list, I might need to have somebody else come in and put things in its place and what have you, and try and keep it there or whatever. But I'm gonna, you cannot succeed alone. We think we can do this by ourselves. You cannot do this by yourself. You need somebody to help you do the things you don't do well. To help
mhm,
you get to your personal best, you might need to find somebody else who their personal best is to help you. My grandmother, Anna is saying, my grandmother was one of them. She was a hairdresser, housewife, capable gardener, had a tea house back in the day, complete with rum runners and so forth. And I believe this is Gloria. She says, Amen. I will tell anyone, get yourself a housekeeper. The best advice I have
to
myself,
myself. Mhm.
mhm, to
Gave her a
show up
thought.
for myself. Yeah. You you don't, I don't do baseboards. I can find so much more to do than baseboards. Anna
Mhm.
said she wasn't selling tea.
Yeah,
Sound like your grandfather, Terry.
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
He wasn't selling tea
Mhm.
in the garden. Okay.
Ergo the term beer garden. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, it was going on, and this was just the forerunner of cottage industries and small businesses. Since my dog is my personal assistant, this is, he doesn't do anything, but he gives me someone to lecture when he doesn't fulfill his responsibility. So that's cute. Okay.
Yeah. And my personal best, I realized something. I can give you my personal best up until about 6 o'clock. After that, yeah,
Mhm,
I'm toast. I'm not toast. I'm just not doing anymore.
mhm,
If I'm going to do my personal best for the day, I need to stop at 6 and I need to take a rest and I need to recharge for the next day or
mhm.
do something that I feel is beneficial to me. What did you say? There were 7 types of rest, and you can look on our YouTube channel from last Thursday. The guest that came on talked about seven
Dr.
types of
Dr.
rest.
Jackson. Uh-huh.
Seven
Dr.
types of rest.
Yes, Dr.
Eh,
Jackson. And one of
Okay,
them was creativity
right. So,
because it refreshes you.
right.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh, so if I go do something else with my brain or take a break and go do something else, that's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
So we want to give you an opportunity to become a part of bizchicks.net. And you can do that in one of two ways. You can either text biz to 33777, or you can just go to bizchicks.net, become a part of the community so we can share your genius with our community, and keep you up to date on what's happening in the world of business. Um, we are in a lot of locations and we want to be able to connect with you. We got workshops, office hours, mastermind. We do live stream production. We do tech services as well. Like if you need to get your stuff all set up, you know how they tell you need to have a funnel and a mailing list, and we can teach you all of that in a very succinct way where it's not going to overwhelm you. It's a tech service and it's a full package that you
And
get.
it's customized.
Right. And it's customized for you. So if you please, we can over on bizchicks.net, you can DM us, call us, whatever it is that you need to do so that we can help you on our Instagram. It has our contacts information as well.
Thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing.
Yes,
So
please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
we're
Um,
building up our YouTube channel.
yes, you're going to be hearing a lot more from us. We're going to be having tech tips. We will have tech tips. There different kind of stuff happening
Mhm.
all around helping you build a profitable business that's fun to run. And we want you to, and we'll help you do that simply because that's how we take the hassle out of your hustle. We keep it simple. Anna says her other grandmother kept a house tidy, worked outside the home, and managed two properties with land and gardening, with while taking care of two kids 10 years apart. How? I have no idea.
I don't know how we did it.
Yeah.
When I look back, I don't know how I did it, leave alone how they did it. Mark says, thank you,
But
ladies.
before, let me
Yeah.
do Karen. Karen said,
Yes.
this is why when you are your first client, you will be the best for yourself first and let the rest fall into place. Be your own best client. Thank you, Coach Karen, and enjoy the rest of your day. Um,
Mark says, thank you.
yes, and the happiest of Mondays to all of you. He's talking to all of you, biz chicks.
Thank you, Mark.
Better and better. I'm going to the front of my own line.
There you
Yay!
go. Congratulations.
And Anna says, yes, if I was in a position to get a housekeeper, that sounds lovely. My parents had to live a live-in housekeeper when I was an infant for
Mhm.
2 years. So I would tell you, get them on a as needed basis. You can, they have some companies that are Uber like housekeeping services where you book them on when you need them to come in and do something for a couple of hours, and it's what, like $30 or $40 an hour.
Mhm.
I'd save up a little coffee money and just book a couple of, do it a little bit at a time as necessary, not necessarily hire them full time to come into the house, if that helps. Hey, Dr. Christy Iwuchukwu.
How
Good
you
to see
doing?
you, Dr. Christy.
Hey.
Uh, and thank you so much, Gloria Bailey Ray, for dropping in here today. Anna, Dr. Christy, Mark, and Karen, and who else did we have on here? Anna.
Mhm. We
Yeah,
had
just
Coach
want to say
Karen.
thank you. We'll be back tomorrow.
Thank you so much for your attention. And we just really appreciate you for participating in this conversation. Anna says both grandmothers lived through the Great Depression. Yes.
Yep,
And she's had another comment here. It says happy Monday and the housekeeper.
was also a nanny.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's my mom worked outside the house. Yeah, mine too. Yeah. We had a housekeeper from day one because my dad was deployed and my mom worked full time. And my grandmother lived out in the country. So there you go.
And then there could, and there's another thought, there could be some housekeepers that need a place to stay
Yep.
and
To
are
live
willing to
in,
trade, you know,
services for
services
housing.
for a room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a big part of it. Okay, guys, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye now.
Don't forget to go to the front of your own line.
Have a great day.